Okay, question 9. Factorise 4x squared minus 25. Now, when I'm factorising, whenever I see a number in front of x squared, I know this is going to make it a tiny bit harder. Okay, so if it said factorise 9 squared minus 25, I'd be thinking, well, there's no x term in the middle here, is there? It goes straight from the x squareds to the number. Okay, so that's going to be the difference of two squares. So I should be thinking to myself, that's going to be x plus 5 and x minus 5. I'm going to run it spacer, x plus 5 and x minus 5. Okay. Now, I like to think on these when I'm going to multiply. I like to think of a little table. Okay, I like to think of x plus 5 and x minus 5. Okay, this is the way I do it. I know lots of people do FOIL. Um, that's totally fine. Okay, but it's not for me. Okay, I prefer just looking at this, and it does come in handy, I think, for other. Oops, I'm maybe just straight line it. It does come in handy for other types of question. So whenever I see these, I always think of my little table. Okay, so what I've got here is my x plus 5 and my x minus 5. Okay, and they're going to multiply together to give me an x squared term, an x term, an x term, and then a number. Okay, so that you can see gives me x squared, gives me 5x minus 5x minus 25. Okay, so obviously this middle section that just cancels out, so you're left with x squared minus 25. So that's kind of how I like to draw them out, right? So factorize, factorizing if it's just got an x squared term is a wee bit easier. And this question's got a 4 at the front. Okay, so how do we end up with, because we've got the 25, right? That's right. How do we get a 4 in here? Well, we could have a 4 and a 1. Oh, sorry, change that. We could have a 4 and a 1 here. Yeah, that would give us 4. But that would then give us minus 20x and plus 5x, so that wouldn't work. Okay, so we need to be even, we need to be balanced. If it's going to be, if there's going to be no x term, the two brackets need to be the same, but with a different sign. Again, that's going to cancel out the x terms. Okay, so what I really want is a 2x and a 2x. So that still gives me 4x, but now these terms, I'm going to get 10x and minus 10x. So they still cancel out. Okay, still cancel out, just different number. Okay, that's why I quite like this table. I find that nice when if I'm trying to manipulate a formula. I quite like having a look and seeing what the outcome is. Okay, that's why I prefer it over FOIL. You know, the first outsides, inside last. Okay, and also for different sizes of equations, I find this useful. So when it comes to do this, it's easy to know if you've got it right as well, because you can multiply your brackets back out and say, well, did I get the question right? So you should know if you've got it right or not. Okay, but yeah, when you're factorizing, if you don't have an x term in the middle, you're going to have two brackets that are the same, but with a different sign. Okay, and if you've got this little a number in front of the x squared, just leave that to the end and think about it. Okay, the big clue here is the minus 25. Okay, the only numbers that give you minus 25 is 25 and 1 or 5 and 5. So you knew your two factors in the bracket had to be 5 and 5. Okay, that was given, right? And then for x squared, it was like, well, how do I make the brackets the same? It's going to be 2x, isn't it? So that's our first part, 1 mark, nice and straightforward. Just while we're on factorising, I suppose we should maybe just quickly go through the easier way of factorising. So if I know that that might come up and then that's maybe a tricky one. Just the easy form of factorising, something like x squared minus x minus 6. We're looking for factors that add to this and multiply to this. Okay, if people find that tricky for some reason, just look at your multiples. Okay, so what multiplies to give me minus 6? Okay, well, minus 6 and 1. Yeah, minus 3 2, and then you're back around the other way. You know, minus 2 3, minus 1 and 6. Okay, so just have a wee, just write down all your factors and then say, well, that's my factors. What adds to give me minus 1? Which two numbers here are going to actually add to give me minus 1? There we go. Okay, so for that case, we know that we're going to have x minus 3 and x plus 2. Okay, so that's the easiest form of factorising, but right now we've been given a slightly trickier one, which is a complete square. But again, it's easy to spot complete square. and we know the brackets will be the same, but just with different signs. Okay. Sorry, I keep saying complete square. Difference of two squares. Sorry, difference of two squares. Sorry. Complete the square is another one which I've gone through in the last paper. Sorry, I said I get it mixed up with the terms. Sorry. So yeah, difference of two squares. Okay, so now hence simplify. Now the word hence here is very important because what that means is use the information we've just worked out and apply it to this question. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is substitute in what we've just worked out into the top line. That's basically what hence means. It means you're going to have to use what you've just done. Okay. So that's a good start. Now, the other word is simplify. So obviously on the bottom, we're going to end up with something similar to what's on the top. Otherwise, we can't do any simplifying. Yeah. So I always think this is a good place. This is a good place to think when we're trying to factorize. So again, we've got 2x squared minus x minus 10. Because we've got this 2, it just makes our factorizing a little bit trickier. Okay, without the 2, we could have gone for a standard method. Okay. But we've got a 3 now, so we're going to have to just have a little bit more thinking. So again, over here, I'm just going to draw my little table out. This time I'm going to almost trial and error. Okay, so I want to get a minus 10, and I want to get 2x squared. Okay, well 2x squared, let's start with 2x and x. Okay, that's going to give me 2x squared. Okay. Minus 10, what are my factors that give me minus 10? Okay, well I could get minus 10 times 1. I could do minus 5 times 2. I could do minus 2 times 5. And I could do minus 1 times 10. These are the factors that give me that, okay? Now, if we're going to cancel things out, I just realised I've written that down wrongly. There should be a plus and a minus. If we're going to get things to cancel out, it's going to have to be the same as one of these brackets, isn't it? So why don't we just start with minus 5, okay, and see where we end up, okay? So if I do that, I get minus 5x, and I want to do minus 5, and let's call that 2 then. That would give me the minus 10 that I need. So that's going to give me 4x. Let's see, so if I simplify that, that would give me 2x squared minus x minus 10. Oh, there we go. So I got it right. Now I could have put a plus in here, yeah, and then said, oh, I've not got the right answer, and tried again. Okay, so yep, that's just worked out quite nicely. So 2x minus 5 and x plus 2. Okay, so see what I did there? I was thinking to myself, how do I get 2x squared? Well, it's going to have to be 2x and x. The only thing it can't be. And then how do I get my minus 10? Well, I'm going to use one of these factors, but it's going to be plus 5 or minus 5 because I want things to cancel. Let's try minus 5. Minus 5 times what gives you minus 10? 2, that puts 2 in over here, and then just solve the rest of the table. Okay, at this point, I'm saying, oh, goody, I can cancel down, and then I'm left with 2x plus 5 divided by x plus 2. Okay, so it always seems like a little bit, there's a little bit of an art to doing the factorising, I think. And I've said this in my last video, the more you practice them, the better you will get. Okay. The only thing that's really happened here, I suppose, is that we've identified we've got difference of 2 squares at the beginning. Okay, because that's not a standard, that's not the easiest type of factorising. And then down here, think of the question, right? They want you to come up with a 2x minus 5 on the bottom, so they're almost giving you one of your brackets. So then you're just saying, well, what times 2x minus 5 or 2x plus 5 gives me the formula on the bottom? Do you know what I mean? So for 3 marks, really, I think that's pretty good. Okay. So yeah, where do those 3 marks come from? You're getting your first mark for factorizing, so you're going to get a mark for this bottom line. Oh no, a mark for starting to factorize it. Oh, interesting. So you get a mark for starting to factorize it, and then a mark for finishing the factorizing. So if you just knew that it was 2x and 5 and x and 2, so without any signs in it, that's a mark right there. And then when you know what the signs are, that's another mark. And then you get your final mark for simplifying. So there you go. That's news to me. So interesting. Just not even knowing the signs, just writing down that 2x. I'll just show you. I'll just make this one big video for this question. So if you said, well, I know 2x5 and x and 2, I know that's what's going to give me my answers. I'm just not sure of the signs, because you know that 2x times x gives you 2x squared, and you know 5 times 2 is going to give you your 10, but you just don't know what the signs are yet because you want to make sure the x's fall into place. That's worth a mark. That's brilliant. Okay, so yeah, that's not a bad place to be. Yeah, I won't have time just to go into that, so we'll just upload this now.